Hi, welcome to day one's discussion, where we talked. The reading was on the virtue of detachment, and the spiritual reading was Galatians 2. Okay, and so let's get right into it. A reminder of what is detachment. So I'm going to read what detachment is, and then I'm going to go right into the reading. Okay. Detachment is experiencing our feelings without allowing them to control us. We step back and look at things objectively. We let go and accept what we cannot change. We detach from others' choices, knowing that their spiritual work is not ours to do. We choose how we will act rather than just reacting. We step away from harmful cravings. Detachment is a deep breath of peace and patience in response to unexpected anger. We can listen without losing ourselves. With detachment, we see ourselves, we see our mistakes honestly, make amends, and start afresh. Detachment allows us to be in the world, but not of it. It frees us to lead our lives with grace. Okay. Galatians 2, my Rasta Bible version. Galatians 2, I'm going to read from verse 11 to 19. Okay, here we go. Oh, yep, here it is. Okay. But when Peter was come to Antioch, I withstood him to face, because he was to be blamed. For before that certain came from James, he did eat with the Gentiles, but when they were come, he withdrew and separated himself, fearing them which were of the circumcision. And the other Judahite dissembled likewise with him, insomuch that Barnabas also was carried away with their dissimulation. But when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel, I said unto Peter before them all, if thou, being a Judah, livest after the manner of Gentiles, and not as do the Judahite, why compellest thou the Gentiles to live as do the Judahite? We who are Judahite by nature, and not sinners of the Gentiles, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith of Iesus Christos, which is Jesus Christ. Even we have believed in Iesus Christos, that we might be justified by the faith of Christos, and not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified. Verse 17. But if, while we seek to be justified by Christos, we ourselves are also found sinners, is therefore Christos the minister of sin? God forbid. For if I build again the things which are destroyed, I make myself a transgressor. For I through the law am dead to the law, that I might live unto God. Okay. Me and my smiling. So, I'm going to stick to my notes because I like to ramble on and on. And I have work in about 20 minutes. So, let's get to it. Okay. Detachment. Now, this is my reflection, and I'm going to read it to you. Okay? I hope it bless you. Okay. Detachment tells me that I have a choice. I can choose how I respond to life. I can choose to attach myself to others, to things, or to God. Right? I mean, is there really anything in between? Think about it. I think of the loves I lost, the people and things that I clung to in their desperation for love, for attention, for comfort, for peace. All the things that God already has for me, right? God already has these things for me. I'm supposed to already know this. Right? You're supposed to just like know. It's like, if it was that easy, we wouldn't suffer, would we? Right? But listen, I have more to say about that. See, when you live a life of lack as a child, right, you're raised or conditioned, right, to look for the very things that you lack. Right? And that's because as human beings, we require nurturing. It's what we require. Humans need love, attention, affection, and comfort. We need these things because it's how we were created to be. We were created to connect. And when that connection fails, we suffer. You know? And so, and that makes me think about, you know, children. Like how we're talking about, well, what God is, and well, what about the children who are suffering? Why are they suffering? Yes, some people say because of Adam and Eve and stuff. Yeah. Children are suffering because of our actions as adults. It's the actions of us as adults who cause hurt and pain. Us. We do it. When that connection fails, we suffer. Our children suffer. And because we suffer, our children suffer. Hurt people hurt people. Attachment theory by Einstein and Bowlby, right? Two different theorists, describes different observances of how humans attach to one another, right? And so during childhood development. So you have this continuum, you know, or really this box or whatever, where you have secure attachment, you have anxious attachment, you have avoidant attachment, and you have anxious avoidant attachment, then you have a whole mixture of them all, okay? And basically, the healthy attachment is a secure attachment, right? So secure attachment is where the child has felt safe and secure. They had a safe and secure upbringing. So their parents was able to foster that type of environment for them. And so these now, they're securely attached. Whereas anxious and avoidant, there was some inconsistencies with parenting. And most parents, and I say most because I don't have no research numbers with me, but most parents want to do the best for their kids, you know, and sometimes doing the best for their kids ends up becoming them doing what they want to do for themselves. You know, too much pressure, too much stress. A parent who was, you know, who got clean under stress, under pressure, they with depression or anxiety or PTSD or schizophrenia or whatever, they relapse and they end up using, and now the children are hurt, But that parent's initial intention was to get themselves together, get themselves ready, to take care of their children. But they ended up failing. And so, not to say that they're failing, not to cause anyone to feel bad, it's what happens. It's what happens, But we fail and we get back up. Okay. So, we were created to connect. And when that connection fails, we end up suffering. So, there's the attachment theory. Okay. So, anxious avoidant attachment is where many of us lie. I know a lot about anxious avoidant attachment, okay, without being transparent. Anxious avoidant attachment, for those with anxious avoidant attachment, there's a lack of a firm foundation of balance and assurance of safety and security in an ever-changing, commercialized world, and we're at the auspices of the adults and the lawmakers in our lives, So as children, to go back, I know I keep going from adults to children, but to keep it concise. As children, according to attachment theory, how we view the world, how we view ourselves, is based off of those experiences growing up, how we developed our attachments to our parents. My phone is ringing. Oh gosh. This is